Hello, and welcome to Tending the Soul, a ministry of Robbinsdale Parkway United Church of Christ. I'm Reverend T. Michael Rock, and one of the co-pastors of this amazing congregation with Kathy Itzen, and we're just so honored and blessed to be part of this ministry. It's a hard time in the midst of our world as we move into this difficult experience. We're waiting for a verdict right now in the Chauvin trial. There's protests every night in Brooklyn Center because people need to protest. They need to express their rage and their grief, and we are called to be right there with them. This past week, many of us have received so many thoughts and cares and prayers from people all over the country and world. As the spotlight is on our city right now, our soul work is to be present to the rage and the grief and the anger that is being experienced right now. And it's not just what happened to George Floyd, although that is horrible, and Dante Wright, and so many others, Philando Castile, Jamar Clark, we do need to say their names. But it's a long-awaited sense of justice for a system that is broken and hard. One of the questions I got a lot last week from people is, how do you reconcile your role as a police chaplain for the last 10 years and being out protesting with Black Lives Matter friends and colleagues and people I dearly love? Well, the soul work is right there in the midst of that tension. To be present in the place you are called to be, to hold the stories and the anger and the angst and the frustration in that moment. And to know the very important piece is that invite people into that, and that's what I do with my officer friends, is when people get defensive or sure that they have the right way, that is an invitation. I know it is in me, in my body. When I'm feeling defensive, it's an invitation for me to grow, to learn a little bit more. I'm holding onto something a little bit too tightly. And friends, that's what it means right now as we live in this horribly misogynistic police state, with state-sponsored terrorism on our streets and National Guard tanks and armored vehicles all over the place. We need to ask that soul-tending question. What makes you so strident and defensive of your posture? Because friends, that is the place for the soul to actually expand and grow, and for our heart to be more about love. This is the healing work of soul tending that's being invited in this time. Because defensiveness, whether it's fences or armored vehicles or guns or anything else that's meant to protect, is not about serving and listening and growing and being a part of community. We need to listen and we need to change. And this moment invites us into that opportunity. And so yes, I will always do both things. Sit with my officer friends and be on the front lines in Black Lives Matter. Because that is where my soul opens up in both of those venues. It invites me and others around me to experience the truth, which is we can hold more than one reality at a time. Friends, that's the work that we're all called to, and it is the only work that will heal our world.